So, is the stream running? Alright. Hello there. Okay. Whoops. Gotta mute myself. Hello, Burr memes. Sorry, I just gotta set up some things on my Discord server. Alright. So, today we are going to code. Give me a second, sorry. Today we're going to code a gravity gun into Minecraft. So, vanilla Minecraft 1.17. I've already started a bit yesterday, but I've practically done nothing. So let me get the music. Right, is the music good from the volume? The sound is working. Alright. I like your video so much. Thank you so much, Burmemes. And hello, Exceed. So let me show you my desktop really quick. So this is Minecraft right here. I'm on 1.17 pre-release 4, and here, yeah, we have some maps here. But this is basically the gravity gun map that I'm on right now. And I'd like to first show you what I've already done. So I've made some functions. For example, I've made a function that when you run the function you get a gravity gun. That item is just a temporary item. I will change it later. When and how do you find so many glitches in Super Mario Maker 2? I stopped a while back. I'm not really active anymore, sadly. I'm currently waiting for game releases or hopefully updates, but I'm not sure about that. You pretty much just experiment with already known stuff. Like you combine pre-existing glitches and weird janky stuff that you can find all over the internet. There are some Discord servers that I've linked below my videos that you can check out. For example, my Discord server, of course, but there's not a lot of Super Mario Maker 2 stuff going on. But for example, Cycro's Mario Maker 2 server is still super active, and he posts a summary of all the glitch discoveries almost every week, practically. Hello, Duplicate. So, you can see this, right? Yeah, okay, you can see it. Whoops. So, first, when you right-click this warped fungus on a stick, which will be our gravity gun, nothing, or seemingly nothing happens. But if I summon, like, a chicken right here, it basically detects when I right-click on the chicken. So this will be our Raycast, with which we will detect when we hit an entity. Welcome, Blue Boy Gaming. So I've already done this, and it's basically done like this. So first, it checks if you right-clicked any warped fungus on a stick. Then it runs this check item function. And oh wait, you're from Germany? No, I'm from Switzerland. So when you have right-clicked any warped fungus on a stick, it checks if you have the predicate has gravity gun. So basically, if you have a gravity gun with a special tag in your main hand, it runs the start raycast function, and then after this, it resets your use gravity gun score. The start raycast just sets up the raycast. It runs 20 times at max, and that's basically it so far. The grab entity function is pretty much just says pew, and it resets the gravity gun reach so that it doesn't run 20 times every time. So if I didn't run this function, it would just spam it. Whenever I find an entity, would just spam it in my chat, so I need to reset my score when I hit an entity. So, yo, disturbed my Java on phone gameplay. Sorry. Yo, gravity gun. Yeah, I'm going to code a gravity gun. I hope that I can do this, but I'm confident. Hello, P10 Gaming, and hello. How is this called? Sorry. Delta. Thank you. Hello, Delta DD. Welcome to my stream. So, whoops. So now I'd like to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'll tell you what I have planned. So first, when I right-click an entity, it runs that say pew command at the entity. So at this chicken right here. This can be used as a detector, so as a selector, I mean. So basically, I know which entity I right-clicked with this Raycast. So now I'd like to do it so that the entity constantly gets teleported in front of my face. I'd like to do it with this, like, oh, sorry, give it as command block. Now, I'll run a command just to demonstrate what I'm going to do. So, /particle, fire, whoops, Minecraft flame, and then one block in front of me, or 2 blocks in front of me. Yeah, okay, and this is basically just runs this flame particle 2 blocks in front, whoops, in front of the command block. So I want it to run the command at myself, so execute at silicat run particle flame. So now you can see that's somewhat what I want to do. So right now you can see the base of the command is still at my feet, because hitboxes in Minecraft start at the feet. So I already have to add anchored eyes. And now it hopefully should work. No. Okay. Oh, okay, now it works. So that's basically what I want to do, and I just replaced the particle command with the teleport command for the entity. But for this to be multiplayer friendly, I need to know which entity belongs to which player. So I'll need to make a player ID system. So I've already made a player ID scoreboard, and now I'm going to make a working player ID system. So first, I'll make an advancement. That's called get player ID, and now I'll use oops. Now I'll use the advancement generator that Misode made for 1.17, and I'll make it a tick advancement so that it activates automatically whenever I join. And the reward will be a function, namely gravity gun player ID. Okay, and that's the advancement part done. Now I also need to make the function player ID, and in this player ID function we'll basically have like a fake player. So we'll have to think of it practically. So whenever I join, I'll have a player ID score that's 1 higher than the previous highest score. So a good way to do this is to first scoreboard players add, and then a fake player like player IDs or player ID 1. So basically I'm adding a score of 1 to the player ID, and then I'll make it so that this score will be the same as my score. So scoreboard players operation at s player ID equals the player ID score of this player ID fake player. And I think that's already working now. So scoreboard objective set display sidebar play ready. Okay, now I have a play ready of 1. And now if I run the function again, or if someone new joins, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it works. Whoops. Okay, run it one last time. Okay, now when someone else would join, their score would be 2. And if someone else joins as well, it will be 3. But it will never change once you have the score. So I can use this as a proper selector. So now that we have the play ready system, hello Shino, hello Schnackos. Now that we have the play ready system, we can properly make the grab entity function. So right now it just says say pew, but I wanted to first yeah, let's teleport to the entity in front of me just to see that it works. So I think I'll have to hide the desktop right now because I'll have to search for a message that a friend of mine called Banana Red Panda once told me, and I don't want to leak any messages. So alright. Okay. So now I basically have the basic command, so let's just paste it in here. Please let me know if you can't see it correctly. Hello Lollify. Okay, so basically what this command does is it executes at my position as every single entity. So every single entity will execute the command at my position, and then it checks if the score player ID of every single entity matches with my player ID score. And if it does, it teleports the, or no, I'll have to read through that again. Execute edit as at E. So it runs as at E at my position. Ah, yeah, okay, that's, this will teleport every entity with the same player ID as mine to me. Yeah, so instead of the selector at P, I'll just use execute edit as. Yeah, okay, the edit as will need to stay. So right now it checks for every entity with a player ID score of 1. Sorry, that's a bit complicated right now for me. So it basically runs the command as every entity with a player ID score of 1. But no, that wouldn't work because then it would also do the same for players and it would mess up. I think I'll have to use a tag. So tag gravity gun grabbed. Okay, let's just use grabbed instead. So as every entity who has the tag grabbed, it checks if its score is the same score as the score of me. So at P that should work. Just to be safe, I'll use another tag. So when this, yeah, when the Raycast starts, it gives me a tag called used gravity gun and it will be removed immediately, but I can still detect it within that same tick. So I'll just check if this works, and if it works, then that's awesome. Okay, so right now this command does absolutely nothing, because there is no entity with a player ID score. Now if I summon a cat at my coordinates that has no AI, so it doesn't run away, it still doesn't do anything. But when I give the cat a score player set at E type cat sort equals nearest, limit equals 1, player ID 2, it still doesn't do anything because the player ID doesn't match. But if it's 1, it still doesn't do anything because I did something wrong, and that's not the music that I want, sorry. Sorry, I gotta set up the... Wait, what? Yeah, what? Okay, something just messed up. Font of the editor is very small. Oh, okay, I'll change that in this case. Yeah, okay, is this better now? Does this work better? Oh, whoops. I still have... Oh no, I have it. It's showing the desktop. What? Oh, okay, it's just delayed a bit. So... Yeah, I think this should work fine. Maybe one more. Okay, like this. Sorry, I gotta close this real quick. 14 likes already, what? Poggers. Okay, now I gotta find out why this isn't working. Okay, I found it. So, the entity doesn't have the tag grabbed. So, let me remove the tag equals grabbed part of it. And it still doesn't work. Because I don't have to use gravity gun tag. Okay, now it works. So if the cat now has the same player ID score as me, it gets teleported to me. But if it has another player ID, it doesn't work. So now, I'll just have to change the command to dprs maybe 2, like execute edit as anchored eyes. So it runs the command at my eyes, and as at E tag equals grabbed. Yeah, okay. Now I'll just have to add a tag to the entity. So yeah, let me change the Raycast a little bit. I don't want entities that are already grabbed to be able to be grabbed by another gravity gun. So I'll add a small part to this. Sorry, I gotta make this a bit smaller. Alright. So now I won't be able to grab another entity that's already grabbed. So now I have to make it so that the player ID will be the same. So I'll use scoreboard players operation at E tag equals... Oh no, first I have to give it the tag. So tag at E sort equals nearest, limit equals 1. Or no, let me use the same selector, sorry. Okay. So, now tag at E type gravity gun holdable, that's just a list of entities that can be used the gravity gun on. Entities that haven't used the gravity gun in the same tick, so basically everyone except the one using the gravity gun, and an entity that's not grabbed yet. So I'll give that entity the grabbed tag, and this tag will only persist for one tick. So now I can use a selector on this entity, and it will only be one entity basically. So let me just remove. Let me just use tag at E remove grabbed, so that it only persists for one frame, so that it doesn't glitch around. I'll remove that later, of course. So now I'll make it so that the score is the same. Scoreboard players operation at E tag grabbed equals player ID equals at S player ID. So right now, whoops. No. Didn't see that. Let's use chickens instead, okay? Let's use chickens instead. So when I right... You know what? Let me go into the air. Just to be safe. Set block. Glass. Okay, slash fill. Glass. Okay. So when I right click this chicken, it gets teleported in front of me basically, and that seems to work semi-fine so far. No, you don't die, okay? Okay, so now there are some problems. First of all, players already have a player ID, so I don't want to overwrite the player ID of another player. So I will have to use a different score. So let me add one real quick. Player ID grabbed, maybe? Yeah, okay, that should work fine. So now I just change that. And now scoreboard players reset everyone player ID, and now function player ID. Okay, now everything is reset, and when I spawn a chicken like this, it will still work. Yeah, so right now it's just getting teleported once, so it looks weird, but don't worry, I will change this soon enough. So the tag shouldn't get removed in the same tick, obviously, because I want to be able to grab entities for a longer period of time. We'll cut that, nothing happened. Thank you, P10. Welcome Octoham, and welcome Rydak Hughes. Yeah, that I definitely pronounced that correctly. So now I will remove that line, so let me just see what happens, okay? I'll spawn a chicken, and when I grab it once, I will never be able to grab it again because it has the grab tag, as you can see here. Now when I remove it again, it works again, as you can see here. But now it already has the tag, so it doesn't work. When I take it away, it works again. So now, first I want the game to hold the entity for me instead of just teleporting it in one tick. So instead of running these commands every tick, even when someone isn't using the gravity gun, I'll use a small trick. For example, I'll add a new folder called gravity gun, or being used, okay? Let's just call it being used. So No, come on, it's just one file. Okay, so this is a being used function. I will change the name later, don't worry. Okay. So now this function will basically be the same as a normal tick function, so it basically runs 20 times a second. With the only difference being that it only runs when someone is holding an entity with a gravity gun. So basically it only runs when it needs to. So for this to work, I need to add to it the following: schedule function gravity gun being used 1 tick. So basically, whenever this function is run, it schedules the same function to be run the next tick as well. So basically, when I run it once, it will keep running. So now when I grab an entity, I want to run the function. So function gravity gun being used. No, I don't want rain. Weather clear. Game rule, do weather cycle false. Alright. So now let's just enter say s into this function, so just to see that it works. So right now it's not running, as you can see here, because it doesn't spam s. Now when I click it, it starts spamming s, because the gravity gun being used function is constantly being scheduled. So I can cancel it and now it doesn't run again. So now, don't worry, I will add the functionality to stop holding something later. But first I just want to be able to hold something. So now I'll just copy the grab entity function into the being used function and edit it from here. So this command is not needed. Player ID is already the same. The grab tag doesn't need to be added. So we're left with this command: execute at s anchored eyes as ID tag grabbed. If scored as player ID equals at p tag used gravity gun player ID, then it runs the TP command. It's probably super hard to understand right now. But the main flaw is when I use a schedule command, it basically gets rid of the selector. So I'll need to add an as at a yeah, okay, now I'll need a selector for everyone who is currently holding an entity with a gravity gun. So the way I'll do it is in the start Raycast, in the grab edit entity function, I will add a tag to myself, tag it as add holding entity, okay? So now, whenever I hold an entity, I will have a tag that shows that. So now I can use the selector at a tag equals holding entity, and this command basically will do this. As everyone who is currently using a gravity gun to another entity, at its eyes, so just at my location and looking into my direction, it checks if there is an entity that is currently grabbed that has the same player ID as I do. So, and instead of this use gravity gun, I'll have to use the holding entity tag. So I think I can get rid of the use gravity gun tag entirely. So yeah, start Raycast. Come on, that's not needed, is it? So the Raycast function. Okay, no, it's still needed. It's still needed. So, oh, whoops, that's the wrong function. Yeah, alright, I can't change this, sadly. But at least in the grabbed entity function, I can finally change this. So now what does this do? Okay, that's the wrong music again. It's constantly changing to another music. Alright, can't you just be simple and unactivated loop bring entity? So you mean whenever I right click a warped fungus on a stick, it teleports the entity to me. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just making it multiplayer compatible, and I want it to work properly. If it was single player, it would be super simple, but this is going to be multiplayer compatible so that you can download it later. Can't you check if there is a block there or something non-opaque so the poor chickens don't die? I did a sad D. I will do that later. So right now I have a block tag. So for example, fill air replace hashtag gravity gun air. So hashtag gravity gun air is pretty much a block tag that contains every block that you can walk through. Basically, the Raycast should be able to go through these blocks. So I'll need to do something else for the gravity gun teleport command, because I'm actually teleporting the entities to where I'm looking without checking the entire path to it. So I'll probably have to make another Raycast every tick while I'm holding an entity, but I won't do that right now. I will just check if my system works so far. And to be safe, I can just use water. Okay, it works! So now I right-clicked it, and yeah, it has a small delay because teleporting is not instant, sadly. But right now, it works. Awesome! I didn't expect this to work, honestly. Alright. So now I think we can start working on the ability to throw entities, or just to let go of them. So of course, I will... You did not see that, by the way. But first, I'm going to add a functionality that you can throw the entity so that we can actually have something that works so that we can augment it later. So let me just close all of these functions and add another folder called throw. Okay, and the throw function, I don't know if I will need a folder, but I guess so. I mean, I can remove the folder later if it turns out I don't need it. So right now, the check item function is run every time when I right click a warped fungus on a stick. So right now, it just checks if I have a gravity gun in my right hand, or in my main hand, and if I do, it automatically runs the pickup function. However, now I'd like to check, hey, do I even have to throw the item now, or pick it up? So for this, I will check if I have the holding entity tag. So if entity at S tag holding entity. So if I have this tag, if I don't have this tag, it picks up the entity. And oh, whoops! I have to change the order. Okay, so right now, yeah, that's a bit sad. It checks the predicate twice. I'll see if I can change this later. But right now I'm just focused on the functionality because I don't want to be boring, of course. So right now it checks, hey, can it even throw the entity? If yes, then it throws the entity. And I'll change this name here. So the reason I'm running the throw command before the pickup command is because if it was like this, it would first pick up the entity and then already run the throw function, because then I'm holding an entity. So do you get what I mean? Like, it will pick up the entity and immediately throw it again because now I have the tag. So I want to prevent that. So now I can just make the throw function that first runs the schedule clear command so that this function right here doesn't get spammed constantly. Where is it? Whoops. Here. So schedule clear gravity gun being used, and tag at s remove holding entity. And now, basically I want to reset everything to how it was before I used the gravity gun. So one more thing that I have to reset is the score. So right now when I right click an entity, it gets my player ID score, which I do not want. So I'll have to use /execute at s as at e tag equals grabbed if score at s player ID grabbed is the same as my player ID score, and I have to tag holding entity. Whoops. Yeah, that should work. And instead of saying hi, it will reset the player ID grabbed score. Run scoreboard players reset at s player ID grabbed. Alright, now let's check if this works. Okay, let me... Huh? Okay, right now, something seems to not work. Let me see if the function exists. Okay, so the throw function exists. Does it even start the Raycast? Oops. Yeah, it does. What? Oh. Ah! No! Oh. You did not see that either. Okay. I probably just forgot to reload. Okay, now I can pick up the entity once, and then... Oh! It doesn't remove the grabbed tag of the entity. So, yeah, okay, I'll need to make a new function. That's why I made a folder. So, reset tag. Okay. So instead of just running one command, I want it to run a function which contains this command, but also tag at s remove grabbed, so that the entity is no longer grabbed. And the reason I'm making another function is because I don't want to run this pretty expensive command twice. It's just more performant. So gravity gun throw reset tag. Oh, whoops. Bruh, I literally switched the both. Sorry. Alright. So now, kill at e type equals player. Sorry that I had to do this, but I just wanted to make sure there was no other entity. Okay. Alright, now it works. Hey Silly, how are you? Hello Leroy. I'm good, how are you? Okay, so right now, when I right click this warped fungus on a stick, it pretty much works. When I right click again, it lets go of the entity, which is pretty neat. Sometimes it doesn't seem to work, however. That's weird. Right now I'm spamming right click, just doesn't work. Let me see why this happens. Does it even run the throw function? Okay, it runs the throw function, but it doesn't work. Tag at E, remove, grabbed. Okay, so there is an entity called grabbed. So, wait a minute. Oh, whoops. Okay, being used to still run. What? Okay. I don't get it. Is the reset tag not supposed to... Wait, it even runs the reset tag function, but it... What? Okay, now I'm confused. No, murderer! Cancelled! Please don't cancel me. At least not yet, okay? Please don't cancel me yet. Okay, so it runs the function, but... Okay, I can explain, okay? Okay, so it runs the function, but it doesn't actually do anything. Or maybe it does something, but then it cancels it again by running the pickup command again. Pickup, start Raycast. Okay, let's check my theory. Okay, yes. It starts the Raycast again. Yeah, when I throw it, I don't have the... Okay, this will require some brain power. So basically, when I throw it, I won't have the holding entity tag anymore, so it will pick the entity up again. But if I reverse the order, whenever I pick up an entity, it will throw it automatically. Ah! So I'll need to find a way to detect if this has already been run. So let's just tag ls remove gravity gun temp. Okay, so we know that I'll need to add a gravity gun temp tag to myself if I threw something. Okay, so in the throw function, oh no, in the throw function, I'll need to give a tag to myself called tag ls add gravity gun temp. So basically, this tag will never be visible because it's getting removed instantly. It's just... Oh yeah, sorry. Of course, I will have to check if I... Okay, sorry. I have to think right now. Okay. Okay. Now, if I don't have the gravity gun temp tag, and... Oh, come on. Wrong music again. Oh, come on. That's so annoying. I'll need to find a way. Sorry. Ah, sorry. So that's the wrong music. Okay. So, hey silly, I'm sub. Hello Metaverse. Welcome to the stream. So I think I'll have to get some water right now. But first I wanna check if this works. So basically, when I throw an entity, it gives me a temporary tag and instantly removes it again. But before it removes it, it checks if I have this tag. if I have this tag, that means that I threw an entity, which means that I shouldn't be able to run this function. So let's check if this works. It still works. God dang it. So if I don't have the gravity gun temp tag, it starts it. And what happens if I change it with this? Oh, okay. Okay, this worked. Now I can just let it go normally. That's perfect. Alright. Now I will get a glass of water and I'll come back in a few minutes. So please be a bit patient, but thank you so much for staying so far already. I will make a sign so that you can see if you come. Okay. Metaverse asks, how do I put other channels in my channel? I want to put in silly cats. Do you mean in... let me see it right now, sorry. You mean in the similar channels list? You can go to manage, to customize channel and edit it there. So I'll go right now. I'll be back very, very soon. See you later. Alright, I'm back. So, I gotta go. Okay, bye, Rydak. You come around Discord, wait, let me see. Ah! Welcome to Fish. Alright. Now let's actually work on... Yeah, let's work on the throwing mechanism. So, we want the entity to actually get thrown into the air and not just fall down, because that's not how the gravity gun works. At least not how I want it to work. Like, I can make it so that if you sneak, or if you crouch and then right click, that it then drops the entity. But when I don't sneak, I want it to throw it into the air. So there is a pretty neat throw function that I can use for this. Yeah, I'll need to get it really quick, sorry. Alright, so... Yeah, I'm looking for the function right now, sorry. Alright, so I know what I want to do now. I want to first teleport the entity Yeah, okay, let me remove that really quick. Okay, so first I want to teleport the entity to 0, 0, 0. And then I want it to teleport to, or yeah, Then I want it to teleport a bit forward, and then I'll store the new coordinates into the motion. So I'll explain it later. So execute data modify entity at s motion set from entity at s pause. Okay, please work. And then I will teleport the entity back to me again. TP at s. Whoops. Execute at. Okay, I'll have to run this command again, sadly, but I'll need to change it. So. Okay, so it runs it at every player who is currently holding an entity. The as at s can be taken out. So it runs a check at everyone who's holding an entity. And then it checks if its score is the same as the nearest player's holding entity score. Then it teleports the entity to one block in front of it. So, oh, sorry, you didn't see that. So, okay, that's basically what I did. So first, the entity is going to get teleported to 0, 0, 0, then it's going to be teleported a bit forward, but still facing the same way I did. And then I will set the motion of the entity to its current position, because it's super close to 0, 0, and that's basically the same format as the motion. And then I'm just teleporting it one block in front of me again. I think it was one block in front of me, right? Pick up, grab entity. No, it was 2. Okay, it was 2 blocks. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see what's the problem. If I give it as night vision. Okay. Wait, what's going on? It gets like super big motion, which it shouldn't get. Wait, let me check the other data pack again. So first it teleports the entity to 0, 0, 0. I want to put on Silly Cat YT. Is that Adam? Yes, that's Adam. Atom, sorry. I just want to find the bug, so... So it teleports the entity to 0, 0, 0. Then... Okay, let's just remove the other two. Maybe it's... Yeah, I want to see it first. Like now I removed, so that you can see it here. I removed these two commands right here, so it's basically just teleporting it to 0, 0. What? Huh? What? Wait, is it still getting is it still getting teleported after the tag is reset? No, that can't be, right? That's super weird. People join at that stream. Really? Oh, welcome! Yeah, I just showed it, yeah, I'm sorry for that. So, I don't get what's going on. I really don't get it. It's not even teleporting it back to me, it's just... Oh, wait. It's executed at my coordinates. Okay. Maybe it works now. Now I just changed it to execute at the chicken's coordinates instead of my coordinates. Okay, so far it's not promising. Wait, no, it is promising. Okay, that part at least works now. Oh no! Now it has the same orientation. I'll have to use execute positioned as at S instead. So that it still uses my rotation. Yeah, that should work now, right? Please work. Let me change that to be a bigger number. Okay, now it works. But it still doesn't set the motion back. It doesn't set the motion to location, or does it? Okay, let's just think of it again. Ah, that's the wrong music again. Okay. So, I'm going. Happy debugging, I guess. Okay, goodbye, Leroy. Okay, so, let's think of it one more time. It checks at everyone who is holding an entity right now if the chicken's score equals the player's player ID score. And if it's the same, it teleports the entity to 2 blocks in front of the player. Let me just replace the TP with say, with the say command, just so that I can see that it's even run. Okay, it's not even run. Okay, that's at least something. Maybe I have... Okay, let's execute as at E tag equals grabbed. Whoops. Okay, let's check that one more time. Wait, this time it worked, did it? Oops. No, it didn't work. Come on! Where is the mistake? Does anyone know? Does anyone know where the mistake is? So the selectors are probably correct. Whoops. Okay, yeah, this selector is correct. The selector is correct too. And that's the score name, that's correct too. Player ID grab, that's correct too. Huh? That's super confusing. Sorry that it's a bit boring right now. I just need to find out where the bug is. So it should say S if I... Wait, do I still have the holding entity tag at this moment? Yeah, I still do. So this reset tag function is run at my location. That's super confusing. That's actually super confusing right now because I don't see where the bug might be. Let's just replace that command with tp at s, or no, execute at p, run tp at s, 2 blocks, or yeah. So let's try this, okay. So this works, so it's clearly just this command that isn't working. That's super annoying. Oh god. I found the issue! I finally found the issue! It's fine, I guess. It was a long time ago since I watched one of your streams. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a very long time. But I found the issue. The score was literally getting reset before I checked the score. Yes, it works now. Woohoo, I guess. Okay, now I can reload. Okay, now it should work, right? Yeah, I still have to, whoops, change one more thing. Okay. So now it works. I can throw entities now, I guess. How does it look with a pig, for example? Okay, it's not really far. What about I double the motion? Yeah, okay, that's better. Yeah. That's fine, I guess. So, is there another way I can... change that so that it looks like... Okay, that just made no sense what I just said. Okay, so I wanted to use anchored eyes at the player. So I'll have to use as at P tag equals holding entity anchored eyes run TP at E tag equals grabbed sort equals... Okay, no, you know what, that's just... That wouldn't work. So I have to probably hardcode the coordinates. Like just like this, I mean. Hello Lubna Khan, and hello Adria Gonzalez Roygay. Unrated YouTuber, thank you so much. Also, is this Gmod gravity gun that you're making? Yeah. I think so, at least. I'm pretty sure, okay? So... Yeah, okay, now I can at least throw it. So... Now, what do we want to do now? Maybe add some sound effects? Or obviously it's not... Okay, no, let's make it fully functional first, so... So the being used function has to run a function tree... No, sorry, a Raycast instead of just TPing the entity. So, function... gravity gun... being used... Or no, being used... Raycast, maybe? I'm super horrible with names, okay? Being used Raycast. Okay. And this basically... Okay, so... Being used Raycast start and being used Raycast. I need to... I need two functions like this. Alright. So, being used Raycast and being used Raycast start. The Raycast start has to be started so that it basically sets the reach scores. So first, as whom is this function executed? So as the grabbed entity. Okay, so the score will be of the grabbed entity because I'll have to use a reach score again as before for the normal Raycast. So you'll see how I'm making the Raycast, but first I need to go to the throw, to the reset tag, function and reset the gravity gun reach score of the entity. Alright, now being used Raycast start. First I have to set the reach score of the entity, gravity gun reach, to a number like, let's say the entity should hover 2 blocks in front of me all the time. Let's say I want to make it quite precise, so I'll need to check every 0.1 blocks, or every... You know what I mean, okay? I'll need to check every block 10 times because I'm going forward in steps of 0.1. So so 20... I know, 2 divided by 2... oh god, 2 divided by 0.1 equals 20, so I'll set the gravity gun reach to 20. Then I'll get the pickup start Raycast as a reference, and it adds. Okay, no, this is not needed. Okay, now I can just run function gravity gun being used Raycast. All right, so this basically means execute positioned point 1 if block point 2 forward is hashtag gravity gun air, then it will run the same function again. Run function. Yeah, I hope this is right because, yeah, let's just continue. I'll explain it later. So scoreboard players remove at S gravity gun reach 1. Okay, normal Raycast first checks for the score. I'll just copy this right here. Okay, so basically, right now, every time this function is ran, it removes 1 from the reach score until it reaches 0. If it reaches 0, it just teleports it, I guess. So okay, so right now, when the reach matches 1 or higher, and it's oh come on, why is this so complicated? It's not actually super complicated. I'm just confused right now. Okay, you can make some awesome mini games with this, like mob tennis or something. That's a good idea. Thank you, Peter. 69 minutes live, nice. GD Animations, hello there. Hello, GD Animations. Okay, so whenever this is ran, it removes 1 from the score. And also whenever this is ran, and the score matches 1 or higher, it checks if the block two blocks in front of it is gravity gun air. Then it just does it again, because it basically teleports forward again. And now I'll have to do this. Execute if score at S gravity gun reach matches 0. Run TP at S, just relative coordinates, okay? So what this would do. Okay, so right now it doesn't actually do anything. It just teleports it to me. So how often is this function run? Okay, it's run a lot of times. Wait a minute. At which location is this function run? So it's being run at the player's eyes. Yeah, it's being run at the player's eyes. Okay, let's just continue. I think it's a problem that will be solved automatically when we continue. So I'll copy this command right here. I'll remove the you know what? it should be teleporting forward. It should be teleporting forward every time this is run. Okay, now I'm confused again. Let's just replace this with a say hi, okay? Now it's a say hi. Just normal say hi. And now it just teleports to the chicken, okay? So... that's confusing, that's super confusing. Why is it doing this? Oh! Wait. Is it really? Okay, I gotta change something. So right now, this is run as the entity, so... Okay, I gotta make a check, okay? I have to double check something. Summon Ocelot at the current locations, no AI 1B. Okay, now execute as at E type equals Ocelot. Or no, at. No, as at E type equals Ocelot, but at my location, run TP at S a bit forward. Okay, so it teleports to me, but forward. So it's using my coordinates as reference. So basically the function is run many times, and it's run every time with a positioned with something like this. So it's run every time with this positioned thingy, which should run the next command already at this position. Let's add a particle command here. Yeah, okay, the particles work. And the particles should only... Yeah, okay, the particles only display when they can, basically. So why doesn't it teleport to the flames? Wait, what? Huh? Okay, now I'm confused. Execute. Scoreboard objective set display side. Okay, the gravity gun reach is set to 20 every second. Sorry, silly duck YT intensifies. I'm not a duck! You're stream? Yeah, that's the stream window right now. You are the chicken? No, I'm not the chicken! It's just getting teleported to me. Welcome, Beef 21. So, scoreboard players reset at S gravity gun reach. Come on. I hate this. Why does the music keep falling out of the playlist. Okay. So. Wait. Oh, okay. I got this now. Whoops. I got this now. Okay, it's not working perfectly because I've probably made some mistakes. But the problem was primarily that it didn't reset the gravity gun reach. Okay, so now it's working kind of properly. It's still weird because it doesn't teleport the cat around, even if there is some space underneath, so it looks like it's just continuing. So I think I have to check if the execute on this block. Oh, okay, execute on this block exists, so this works. Okay. Yeah, of course this is not very clean code, and I'll need to fix some of these lines here, but that's so weird. Why isn't it teleporting the ocelot properly? It's like still going from the cat. That's super weird. Like, it should go from the player. So execute as every player, added S, anchored eyes. So basically execute as at eTag grabbed at the player, blah blah blah. So it's at the player, and that's used every tick. Gravity gun Raycast start. Oh, whoops. Okay, that was the issue. Yeah, it didn't reset the score properly. So now that the score is 0, I can simplify some of the code. Yeah, okay, so now let me copy a function here. Being used Raycast stop. Sorry for the horrible names, okay? So now I can just copy paste some of these in here. And then function gravity gun being used Raycast stop. That's such a horrible name, I'm sorry, okay? I'm really sorry for this. Yes, it's Atom, not Visual Studio. Cat Murderer? What? It's still alive! Nah! Why do you have LAN on? What do you mean? Ah! It's so that it doesn't pause every time I open a menu. And I don't want it to pause. Try to make it a plugin. Who are you talking about, P10? So, I also can only use commands if this is on. Okay, that That's weird. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. You didn't see that? Oh yeah, tag ls remove holding entity. Okay, okay, okay. So I'll have to add another command into the take function that basically checks if the player who is holding an entity still has an entity, and if not, yeah, basically if not, then it will stop. Basically, it will then remove the tag. So now I just have to find a way to check if there is no entity with the same score. That's hard. Does anyone have any ideas how I could check if there is no... Wait, just turn off pause and lost focus with F3 and P? What? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, but I still have to open it to LAN so that I can use commands. Okay, so I need to find a way to check if there is no entity with the same score. How can I do that? I mean, there is a way, but it's probably a super messy one. You know what? Let me keep that for later. Check if there is no entity. If not, remove the tag. Okay, yeah, and the being used function should also have the schedule command only run if there really is another player who has the holding entity tag. So execute if entity at a tag holding entity. Only then. Oh no, yeah, I think I'll have to do it on the... Yeah, I'll have to use the at E check. I'm sorry for that, but it's because when someone locks off while having... Okay, no, I can fix that later. Okay, so when I throw something, it doesn't have to use schedule clear, because then it's automatically clearing either way. Alright, I really like how this is turning out, actually. It's just some bugs that had to be fixed, so let me actually increase the reach a bit. So... Okay, I just... sorry, I removed the music. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Music, no. I need music, please. Alright. Okay. So I program with Unity with C hashtag just a bit, but even though What? You have cheats off by default in a testing world? Yeah, I created it a while ago, I think, but I just like to open it to LAN, okay? I don't have to justify it. There was music? Don't you hear the music? I mean... Is it too silent, or...? I mean, Streamlabs is saying that it's quite loud. But okay. So... Yeah, I want to increase the reach by a bit, so... The throw function and the pick up grab entity function. Not anymore. But the being used function, all of these... Or no, sorry. Okay, none of these has the relative coordinates? What? Wait, was that simple to just... Oh, no, it's the reset tag function that it... Yeah. Okay. Now, when I do /reload, now it will work properly. Sorry. Hopefully it will work properly. C hashtag. C#. Okay, it's C#. Sorry, I didn't know how to say it. Okay? Oh, okay. There's another bug, so... If you're not holding a gravity gun, but you have the tag, you have to remove the stuff as well, so... I'll have to add that to the being used function as well. I'll do that all off screen, I think. Check if you don't have the predicate and the entities tag. Okay. Alright. So, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. Like, of course, the entities can still glitch into the wall a bit, but I don't think there's a good way to get around to that. It would be super complicated, but I think it's already quite good how it is, but of course I will improve it in the future. Hit a chicken, cancelled? Come on! No! Please don't. Okay. Like for the ground, for example, it works really well, I'd say. You can also make a custom model for an item with a certain durability that is unbreakable. I don't know how though. There is no need to, for that. Also, this doesn't work anymore. You can just use custom model data. That's pretty much the same thing, but better, so that it can still display display durability. It's just way simpler. So, what can we do now? Can you shoot it yet? Yeah, when I spawn a pig or something, then I can shoot it by right-clicking. Is there a reason you're using a warped fungus on a stick? It's basically just a carrot on a stick, but I think it looks more professional, you know? But I could have totally just used a normal carrot on a stick, but I think pigs get attracted to carrots on a stick. So I don't want that. Yes, they get attracted to carrot on a stick. So I think warped fungus on a stick is better, but it's pretty much the same thing. It is complete. No, it's not complete at all. It's just the base functionality partially done. So right now, can you catch an ender pearl with it? No, I've only added most entities like... You know what, let me check it with a second player. It's the account of a friend of mine. But I think I can use it, okay? Because... Yeah, come on, it's not harming him in any way, it's just for some testing. And striders to the warped fungus. Yeah, but there are less striders than pigs. No, I'm not German, I'm just, I live in the Swiss, German part of Switzerland. So I understand German, and I speak it as well, but it's... Yeah, it's... Okay. I can't talk right now, but you see here the player ID system is working. So... This is, the other player, and you... Okay, maybe fall damage is a thing. Whoops. Yeah, but you can see here, I can just... Whoops. Okay. That's not good. He still had the grabbed tag. That was not good. But people from Switzerland speak German. Yeah, but I'm not German. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. I think I'll have to give the entity levitation. And also, for some reason when a player dies during this state, he keeps the grabbed tag. Should I make a server really quick? What do you mean? Like I don't need a server for this. If you mean that, there's nothing in here, to be honest. Yeah, that would be cool, Freddy. Ah, it's something private, probably. I'm not a murderer if I'm killing myself, okay? I think. Please don't look that up. But okay, you can set other people's fall distance to 0 to make him not losing fall damage. That's not true, sadly. You cannot modify player data. It would work for entities, but not for players. Like it would work for most mobs, but not for players. Okay, being used Raycast start. And here effect. Yeah, effect give. Whoops. Give at S levitation 10 throw. And in the throw function, the reset tag maybe. Oh yeah, it only gets removed when you throw the entity. That's still a thing. Like, it's super buggy right now. Okay, now it worked, but when he dies while he is in my claws, let's say, I just hope I can fix that. There are some bugs that I really want to fix. But right now I think effect clear it as levitation. I just hope I can fix the bugs, okay? Oops. So if I teleport him to me, it should have levitation, and when I let go of it. Alright, so at least the throwing part works. Sadly, the motion part does not work for players because players can't get motion. Would slash attribute work in this case? Sadly not, because attribute changes attributes and not NBT. Shouldn't you do slow fall, not levitation? I mean, there is practically no difference in what I want to do because it resets the fall damage and that's all I need. It's basically just the name of the effect that's different. But you can see here, he now no longer gets fall damage, and that's pretty much what I want. Let me actually get rid of this sidebar. Scoreboard object is set display sidebar. Okay, so now let's show the multiplayer functionality. So right now we both have a gravity gun. It can be used on me, as you can see here. And it looks kind of choppy because teleporting is weird. Wait. Oh, okay. I noticed something. Do you have a video on how to do things like this? I don't have Minecraft tutorials yet, if you're asking that. Does the gun have custom model data? Not yet, but I will add it once I get to the resource pack. But undefined, I have a Minecraft channel that you can check out. Let me get the link. SillyCatYT commands. It's this channel here. And I will hopefully post Minecraft tutorials on it someday. So yeah, I wonder what happens. Oh, whoa. Okay. What is going on? What is going on right now? Why can't I? What? And now I threw myself? What? Okay, that was weird. Tag at S remove. Okay. Okay, let's just try one. Wait, what? Oh, he still has the holding entity for some reason. Come on, okay, let's make it difficulty peaceful. Difficulty peaceful. Why can't I hold him? Okay, no. What? That's just super weird. I don't know what's happening. Okay, wait, am I holding myself? So, when I... That's just weird. I don't get what's happening. I hope I can fix that as well. Slash tag at S remove. Yeah, that's... I think that it will work. Make the player not be able to catch another player when he's catched by adding him a tag. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So, in the check item function, Alright. Yeah, I can't grab the player for some reason. Because he has the holding entity tag or something. But now... Okay, I can't... Okay, I don't know. Okay, at least now I can't do this anymore. It's still quite janky, but yeah, that... It's just a bit more complicated than some of the other stuff. Of course, I've been coding for a very long time, and I would consider myself a good data pack maker, but I've never made something like this before. And I know that some of my code from today is not as good as it could be, but it's probably maybe because I'm talking at the same time as coding and that somehow lowers my concentration. I don't know. The chat on his screen is... but that's YouTube. Is the stream delayed for anyone else? Yeah, I think this stream is delayed by a bit. Okay. Yeah. Right, I wanted to fix the reset tag thing here. Sorry, I gotta change this. Because right now it's just teleporting it there again, but it has to run the function gravity gun being used Raycast start. Being used Raycast start, okay? Okay, that's weird. Did I do slash reload? Oh wait, it's... okay, I'll change that later if I can. I hope that I can fix this. It's probably not that difficult to fix, but right now I don't think my system can support that, because right now when I right click it just teleports the player to that location, but I want it to stay where it is right now. So I could probably make a temporary entity or something else, but I can't think straight right now. What are you going to do when you're done coding? Okay, bye guys. Bye the Mario Maker Master. What are you going to do when you're done coding? I mean, it's probably going to take a while because there are a lot of bugs right now. But when I'm done coding, I think I will release it on my second channel. Will you get a chat relay like on some streams? Probably. I'll have to look into it how to set it up. Alright. So I think that's the end of the stream. Yeah, I have to go now, sadly. I'll just try out one more entity like the Iron Golem right here. Seems to work. Alright. Yeah, the Iron Golem has quite a weird hitbox. I don't know why this is happening right now. But I mean, it works for every other entity. I think that's just some weird stuff from the Iron Golem's hitbox itself. I don't think that's a bug. It's just some hitbox weirdness. So yeah, thank you all for watching this stream. I think it was quite productive. It could have been better, but I really enjoyed having this stream. Thank you all for your attention, and bye!